Heyo, how's it going, everybody? Hope anyone out there who's watching this right now or at some point in the future is having themselves a fantastic day today. Welcome, welcome. My name is Relikai. I'm going to be playing a video game on the old internet. And tonight that video game is going to be Kamikaze Lassplanes. Yes, sir. We are back with some more Lassplanes. Yeah, last time around we actually didn't get any shoot 'em up sections because it was just there was a lot of stuff to actually get through in the story segments. So where did we start off? Yeah, it was basically all about Azuria, and which admittedly had a pretty, creepy vibe to it. It was there's still lots of questions left unanswered. We didn't really get we ultimately got like the big answer, I guess, but we didn't get all the answers because we had a couple of choices that we made that ultimately made it so that I think we didn't get as many answers as we could have actually gotten while we were there. But we got the big one, that being that both in Azuria and Loonfell there is the watchtowers, which create the force field around the kingdom and keep out the empire and whatnot. And apparently, I don't know just how much your choices actually matter in this game, because that's something that you can't actually ever tell with like visual novels or games where you're asked to make certain decisions, is just how much weight your choices actually have. Because sometimes your choices could matter so little it literally doesn't matter what you choose. Like in Genshin, it doesn't matter what you choose, you're still going to see the same things happen. Or the story is going to play out the same. Why did the music stop? Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Are we okay? No, I don't think we are. Hold on. No, we're not. What is happening? Hold on. Oh, are we back? Are we all good now? Oh, we're climbing a little bit. No, we're going back down. Okay, how interesting. Oh, great. Now OBS saw that it doesn't have to really work all that hard. So it's like, oh no, I'm just gonna stay down here. No, let's not do this again. Hold on. Come on. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Oh my god. What is happening right now, man? Oh my god, this is so stupid. Okay. Okay, I think we're back. I think we're back right now. So, I don't know what is happening with OBS recently, but like the my favorite VTuber has also been having this issue with OBS where she's needing to open it up in safe mode because it's just really being just super mega terrible recently. I don't understand why. At first we thought we had fixed the issue for her because she updated her ancient GPU drivers. But yeah, before that she was having to constantly be opening OBS in safe mode. I hadn't really been having issues like that. Suddenly, just tonight, everything goes dark, and then now I've got to have OBS in safe mode. It seemed like it was an internet thing though, because the BGM stopped because my YouTube Music stopped streaming. But then YouTube Music started up again, so whatever internet hiccup was happening right then and there clearly was resolved. But OBS, apparently after it got that little tiny taste of not having to perform, it decided, no, I guess this is what we're doing tonight. And I say, no, that is not what we're doing tonight. But okay, so I think now we've got a strategy going forward of what to do whenever OBS decides to be absolutely mega cringe, which it seems to like to do a whole lot in recent days. So, fingers crossed that this actually holds up. I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore, so who gives a shit? Hey, what's up, Vic? Hope your night is treating you well. Hope all is good. We just got to experience a little bit more OBS drama, but everything seems to be resolved as of right now. So hopefully we are on the straight and narrow for the rest of the stream tonight. It is good stuff. Again, yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems to just maybe be an whole ass OBS thing, because my favorite VTuber has also been having OBS issues. We thought it was because her drivers were like a year out of date on her GPU, but she updated them and she's still having issues sometimes. So I wasn't really experiencing any issues other than like that one time, but you know, you gotta give technology like a mulligan every once in a while to just be dumb for like a second, and then that's when you have to unplug and plug it back in and all that sort of stuff, and then usually it's fine again. But yeah, I don't know. I just had to do tonight what she's had to do, and it seems to have resolved the issue. So it seems like OBS needs to update its shit so that it stops just actually being terrible. You guys have the recent driver for you both. You guys have the RTX? It sounds like you're saying that without actually knowing what it means. You just have heard people saying it, so you're like, oh, you got them there RTXs. The same way old people actually refer to things that kids like, but saying like, you know, calling it the thing. Like, are you playing the Nintendo in there? And even so, even with all of this, the stream is still cutting out for literally no reason. Isn't that so nice? Or at least the playback isn't really working. On my stream monitoring, I'm showing that it's dropping out on the broadcast. But I mean, everything seems fine. So it looks like it's probably just an issue with my phone. So we're just raw dogging it tonight. No, none of that. That's fine. Whatever. See, I know, but it makes it sound like I'm an old man looking for the artifact. So you're self-aware then. That's good, at least. That's good. She has a I think she does have an RTX 2060 Super, I think. I do not have an Nvidia card, so I'm on the most recent drivers for my GPU. She was on a year-old driver, which is ancient technology for GPUs. But once she updated them, she was fine until she wasn't, and just like I was fine until I'm not. So yeah, it's an OBS thing. It is not our fault. It is OBS's fault. It needs to fix itself. So yeah, but anywho, okay, so now I remember. I was summarizing everything that had happened last stream. Basically, just we went to Spooky Town. I was talking about how much I think our choices might actually matter in this game. So I don't know if we had fought back against Alba when she was asking us to go to Loonfell, if we had said no, if we would have actually went to Azuria then with Alba, and how that might have changed the course of the story, because you know, Hannah was in Loonfell, and then we were supposed to go to Azuria to protect the watchtower that was there, while Hannah was protecting the one in Loonfell. So I'm wondering, like, what might have happened, because Loonfell had both us and Hannah there to protect it. Loonfell had nobody, so that honestly sounds like it could have been a big shakeup in the story if it had actually happened. You know what? I'm really curious, so I kind of want to go to one of the earlier save files and check it out, because I'm pretty sure I saved right before we made that decision. So just to like see, I want to tell her, no, we're not gonna do it. We're going to Azuria. That'll actually be super interesting. Let's go ahead and get the game started up here. And let's come over here. That is until she had to play Wukong. She did not play Wukong. Alright, let's see. Where are we at, OBS? Come on. I know you're being a little bitch tonight, but at least show the game. There you go. Okay, so let me see. So I think this is the one where we yeah, this is gotta be the one where we saved right before we made the decision to go to Loonfell, because this save slot has Loonfell in the graphic right here. So let's start up this save file. All right, let's see here. Oh my God, this was the last time we... No, I don't want to start. I don't want to start from here. There's no shot. Is this really the next time we... Wait, this was on September... Wait, are these not in order? Hold on. Wait. Oh, this is... No, this is the autosave. Okay, September 3rd. September 19th? What? How does that make any sense? Hey, oh wait, yeah, did I... Oh, I must have gone on my break at that time, maybe. Okay, what if we do this one? We're already in Loonfell, right? So, let's see. Okay, no. Yeah, I guess I didn't save. I guess I must have just been so sure about my decision to go ahead and go with Alba to her hometown that I didn't even think to save right there. So, all right, I guess we're not going to be able to find out. Oh well. Okay, let's just start up where we left off here. So we left off on making the decision whether or not we are going to spend time with Alba or we're going to go spend time with Hannah, which I think we are going to spend time with Alba because it's been a while since we've seen her. So, you know, we might as well spend some time with our girl, you know? Oh, I also found out today the girl who plays the voice actress for Alba and Hannah are, one, both the same person, and two, she's a VTuber. So that's pretty cool. And she is trilingual. I think she speaks English, Japanese, and Chinese. So that's pretty neat. She streams on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. So I can't remember what her name is though. You know what? Since I brought it up, I might as well at least shout her out. Oh my god, let's see here. Oh, here she is. Her name is Erusha. And yeah. So on Twitter she is named Erusha VA. And then her YouTube channel is also called Erusha. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I'll probably check her out a little bit. She seems to play like gacha games and whatnot, but she seems cool. I'll go ahead and check her out at some point later. But yeah, so that was just a little fun piece of trivia that I found out today while searching for assets for the thumbnail. But okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go play with Alba while we prepare some sweet buns. So let's do it. I'm no baker, but I'll help you out in the kitchen to the best of my abilities. Do you swear to put your love, sweat, and tears into making the most delicious sweet buns in the world? I doubt anyone would like to taste my sweat in the buns. I mean, you say that now, Walter, but, you know, wait until the end of the game. Huh? Do you swear? Yes, I swear, Miss Tross. They will be the best sweet buns ever made. Oh, I'm so excited. See you in the kitchen in 20 minutes. Tross is so delighted with the idea of spending time together on baking buns that she nearly hits the doorstep on her way out. Cute. Seeing her happiness warms my heart. I almost forgot how much she lightens up the room she's in. Like a ray of sun slipping through gray clouds no matter how thick. I have 20 minutes. I collapse on my bed and sit on the edge. I'll use the time to finish the reports I tried to go through before. At least those that weren't ripped for a to-do list. I spend 20 minutes on reading orders. Not even a full day has passed since we stopped the Empire in Azuria. Even so, I'm relieved to discover they made no progress on our territory. It seems the kingdom has succeeded in securing the area and the lighthouse, and consequently the watchtower hidden inside. I only hope they'll reinforce the location before the enemy sends backup. Glancing at a watch, I put the reports on a bedside table. It's time to get to baking sweet buns with Alba. I sincerely hope Hannah will be surprised. Brandenburg doesn't seem interested in what's going on in the base. This time, her indifference might be an advantage. It's very awkward how we alternate between referring to both of them by their first name and then their last name. Literally, right here, the last word in the previous sentence was us calling her by her first name, and then the first word in the next sentence was us calling her by her last name. It's very, very awkward and weird. It's still early. Sky Fortress is bathed in rays of sun when I head to the canteen. People are usually wandering around at this hour, but now, surprisingly, I don't see anyone. It's like they're all in on the party plans. Not the soldiers craving for caffeine or water, not the quartermaster preparing dinner. Hesitantly, I step inside. A drone flying out nearly crashes with me. Cursed machine! Again, this man and his weird racism against robots. Jeez, man, you need to chill. You need to calm down and get over yourself. Never watching where it's going. God, dude. You're gonna get canceled on robot Twitter, man, I swear. When it bumps me, something white scatters on my shoulder. Flour? Swearing under my breath, I dust off my clothes and look around. My guy, did you just grumble out a robot slur? I cannot believe this, man. There's not a living soul in the canteen, but there's a throng of drones I usually don't see here. The machines are flying all around, hauling sacks of flour and sugar. The robot uprising is upon us. You don't talk with people using the last name and then think their first name on your head. Also, hi. What's up, Lee? No, I can't say that I do. I usually like consistency. So if I call someone by their first name, I tend to stick with it. You know? I turn around looking for Alba.
Hey!
I'm here! My eyebrows meet. Her purple mane is nowhere in sight. My eyebrows meet. That's the weirdest way of saying I furrowed my brow. The girl's joyful scream comes from the open kitchen door. I go one step closer. The intoxicating sweet aroma of baked goods hits my nostrils. The quartermaster doesn't allow anyone in the back. It's unlikely I'm an exception. I feel some kind of respect towards the place. I look around sneakily before finally going in. The kitchen turns out to be an extension of the canteen. Massive windows let in an abundance of light. A large oven inside radiates warm. Radiates warm. Okay. They mean warmth, but again, ESL. The spicy fragrance of seasoning lingers in the air. So you mean to tell me you don't call me 29 on your head? On my head? Do you mean in my head? 'Cause I don't have Lee is named 29 on my head. But I mean, you could, you know, with my massive forehead, which I'll say most people's foreheads are massive. I like to think. But then again, I do also have, just in general, a huge fucking melon of a head. So, you know, I could just have a massive forehead just because I just have a massive head in general. Alba is easy to find. I spot her familiar figure near one of the windows. I freeze in my tracks. Oh my goodness. Ma'am? What are you doing? I don't think that's standard military regulation right there. I don't think the military designates naked apron as official military garb, my guys. Be positive, you're no Jimmy Neutron. I mean, that is true, I suppose. Perfect. Vic with 2 sets of eyes, just being like, yes. It's the first time ever I see Alba in different clothes than her official uniform. Well, maybe there was a towel, but it doesn't really count. I never expected to see a Lassplane wearing an apron. She looks nearly professional on the battlefield she created. Everything around is covered in dough or flour. I notice a fallen sack of sugar. Some poor drone is trying to put the scattered contents back inside. Oh, so now you pity them. You pity now the robots that you were just mumbling racial slurs at 5 minutes ago. Why the armbands? Because otherwise it would be too lewd. You'd be able to see her biceps and whatnot, man. That's just scandalous. The counter, the floor, Tross's apron, and even her cheek are dusted in smudges of flour. Which cheek are you referring to? Also, clearly she follows the Genshin style of fashion. You know how a lot of the characters have sleeves that don't go up to their shoulders for no reason? Just so that you can see their shoulders? Yeah, like that. Also, we can't have that on Twitch. That is true. No, video game women have more rights than VTuber women on Twitch. So this is 100% a-okay. Because she's not real. If she were real, oh boy howdy, you better watch out. You better put all them wrists and all them under titties and all that scandalous hip skin. Just get it off. Get it out of here. Go. Sickos. Freshly shaped buns lay in rows on the worktop, but the dough is sticking to absolutely every surface. I swear I see a bun on the ceiling. It looks like the canteen was hit by a tsunami of buns. Just the puns write themselves, man. What happened? I started without you. I see that. I'm sorry, I was too excited. Despite the remorse in her voice, I see none of that in her satisfied grin. I approach the chaos, careful not to trip on a drone. So our boy doesn't care. He doesn't care that Alba is literally dressed in nothing but an apron. You know what? Respect to him. Good stuff. Saw that VTuber rule? Yeah. Hate Twitch's new regulations. Wish they would make a website for VTubers without the dumb rules or the entitled people. I mean, YouTube, as long as you're not making ASMR, YouTube mostly doesn't care about what sort of VTuber you are. I mean, you might get demonetized, but at least you won't get, you know, suspended. That's something. She proudly shows me the baking tray with the first batch of buns she made. They look rather small, and the top is as black as coal. It seems Tross is at least partially aware of that, since she blushes when I glance at her. Do you think Hannah will like them? I've never baked anything before, but I did my best. I look back at half-risen, half-burnt buns. I think Alba's buns are perfect. Will she like the... Oh... what matters is that you baked them. I mean, no, we gotta be real with her, okay? Just like we were real with her when we said that Hannah would not like a big, huge, party. We gotta tell her that these are not good enough, you know? Cause, like, this is, like, Hannah is apparently her idol, her Kamiyoshi, so... We don't want to embarrass her in front of her Kamiyoshi, so we need to be real. We need to be real with her. VTubers wearing hijab, I seen that post as a joke. I did also see that as well. Same, they're perfect. Yes. So you know what? We are going to say, if the next batch is better. Well, they don't look very edible. But I'm sure you've learnt your lesson and the next batch will be better. Tross turns bright red. Good thing I came to help her. Maybe we'll do better together. Also, I mean, outside of everything else she's got going on here, like, this is a really cute CG. Like, her face is very, very cute. It's been a long while since we've seen her, okay? So, I'm just taking it all in. I glance at the burnt buns. Well, they don't look that terrible. They smell insanely good, like all sweet things out of the oven. The aroma makes my stomach growl. Alright, I'll sacrifice myself and check. I reach for one of the burnt buns. It's so close. Just at my fingertips, I lean over the counter. What? A wooden spatula hits my hand so hard it knocks down my arm. Ow! Grandma? What the hell? This is the cutest naked apron character ever. Ouch! If they're not edible, I would never force you to eat them, my dear pilot. Alba smoothly moves closer to the buns, grabs the tray, and pulls it away from me. Hey! It's not fair! I'll pour some chocolate on them, and none will be the wiser. Or I'll dust them with powdered sugar. I wonder if the quartermaster has some. Maybe I could make it myself. I rub my sore hand. A red stripe slowly blooms on the skin. You got paddled, my guy. Also, powdered sugar. Can't you just... No, yeah, you need to like, blend. You need to blend up sugar in order to get it powdery. And that's it for trying to be helpful and honest. So how can I help? Maybe you'll wash the dishes? I roll up the sleeves of my shirt. Tross curls her lips in a disturbing smile. What? I don't even count on shaping the buns or kneading the dough. She clearly indicated it's out of the question. My eyes follow her gaze to a large sink with a mountain of dirty dishes nearly taller than me. Oh man, I have worked as a dishwasher in instances where, yeah, the amount of dishes that I had next to me that needed to get cleaned was just out of control. Oh, but you do what you gotta do. How did you manage to make such a mess so quickly? Baking is a very messy process. As if to prove her point, she vigorously picks up one of the bowls, unaware it's full of water. The soapy liquid splashes violently against its walls and lands on her elegant apron. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, then. You had it coming. My apron! With amusement, I watch her put the bowl aside. It's meaningless. The container is already empty. Just smiley face. All the water landed on her. Only after a while do I realize the fabric is so soaked that it's turning transparent. Alba notices it too. A blush creeps on her face when she's trying to cover herself with her hands. Again, why did you get naked to do this? I don't understand, girl. Seeing that, I jump like a scalded cat.
Oh, you!
What have you done? Now I have to change. Me? How is this my fault? This bowl should be already washed. I've just come here. If my uniform gets dirty, you will be the one washing it. She darts farther into the kitchen, running from my gaze. No, don't leave. Dang it. All right. She jumps into some storage room she must have left her uniform in. From the distance, I can hear her whining about her poor apron. With a sigh, I begin gathering dirty dishes around me, careful not to spill anything on myself. God damn it. I think I'm getting seasonal allergies all of a sudden, and I hate it. I'm not a fan. I don't enjoy it. Okay, put your face cam on top of it before YouTube notices. Too late now. Neil, don't be a pervert and be looking inside of here, okay? There's nothing to see. Shut up. Don't do it. Bless the transparent apron. I'm wondering if they'll, cause yeah, they don't seem to be going for any nudity, despite the fact that, they have pretty ecchi character designs. But yeah, I guess, I was wondering if maybe they would put out DLC that has maybe some slightly spicier CG artwork, but I'm gonna assume probably not. I also don't think this game is doing amazingly well. I should actually check. I'm kind of curious. Steam charts. Let's see. I see Kamikaze Lassplanes. Let's see. Demo and then the full game. It's had a 24-hour peak of 1 person. I think I'm the only one keeping this game afloat. Oh no. Hold on, what about over the past like month? Or the past 3 months. When did it come out? Okay. So it came out and oh, it had an all-time peak of 5 people. Dang, man. Oh, it's okay, Kamikaze Lassplanes. I love you. Also, DLC saucier art. I'm down for that. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be happening though. Interesting for an indie game, and it's a shmup. Yeah. With a sigh, I begin gathering dirty dishes around me and careful not to spill anything on myself. Well, she's dressed again. When Tross returns, half the items of her clothing are unbuttoned, but she clearly doesn't mind. She immediately goes back to kneading the dough with some degree of caution due to her outfit. I'm left with the damn dishes. Did you really have to use different bowls for everything? I wanted to avoid cross-contamination! But you mix it all together in the end anyway. Baking is an art, Walter. I don't expect a simple soldier like you to understand it. It is definitively not an art. Baking is a science. Cooking is an art. Because with baking, you have to be very, very precise with your measurements and your weights and just everything that you throw in. Cooking, you have a lot more flexibility and freedom to just kind of go all like haphazard and willy-nilly all over the place. You're like, I really like this spice. I'm just gonna dump as much in there as I feel is appropriate, and it'll usually turn out fine. You can't do that with baking. A simple soldier like me wouldn't have used 20 bowls for buns. I study the pile of dirty dishes. They're all smudged with sticky, thick dough that doesn't look easy to clean. I glance over my shoulder just to catch Tross showing me her tongue behind my back. Above her, the forgotten bun on the ceiling finally loses the battle with gravity. It lands on the worktop with a splat, scattering flour all around.
What?
Alba jumps, startled. She glances at the ceiling, then at the bun. There you are! I was looking for that one! That reminds me of Zootopia, when Judy first meets Clawhauser and she's trying to signal to him that he's got a donut underneath his chin fat, and he's just like what is this? Oh, there you are! And he just eats it. Oh man. With horror, I watch her pick up the ceiling bun and place it on the tray next to the others. If that's not cross-contaminated now, I don't know what is. Undeterred by the situation, a drone flies over to Tross when she lifts the tray, like it knows the right moment. It reaches to her with its hooked hands, entirely different from the way it yanks my letters. Smiling, Alba gives him the tray. The machine turns around in the air and floats away to carefully place the cargo in the oven. With a sigh, I get to washing the dishes. Before I even start, I have to take out half the items and put them on the counter. After a short while, everything is sticky from the dough, including my fingers, and the sink drain with muddy water standing in it. Overall, it looks like a pastry swamp. Unclogging the sink takes so much of my focus that both of us dive into our work for a few silent minutes. Alba is kneading another batch of dough next to me. She's doing it so passionately, I don't dare to disturb her with my complaints about the dishes. Out of the corner of my eye, I watch the drone near the floor finish picking up grains of sugar back in the sack. Also, this robot is picking up grains of sugar? Like, individual granules of sugar? The ones that are the size of a grain of sand? Is that what you mean by grains of sugar? That is awful. Unless it's using some kind of vacuum attachment, which they haven't specified that it is, so I can only assume that it's picking each of them up one by one. That is sick and twisted behavior. Satisfied, it moves away, looking for a way to fasten the bag, when Tross turns carelessly to find her spatula. Her shoe bumps at the sack, scattering another portion of sugar on the floor. Oh, Alba. If I had spent the last 30 minutes meticulously collecting sugar grain by grain and saw something like that, I would probably jump through the window. Yep, guess I'll die. The machine only takes a few seconds to snap out of it and continues work. This one has it rough. I'm starting to feel a bit better about washing the dishes. I'm impressed the quartermaster let you use the kitchen for so long. And he gave me the ingredients. I wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. You must be very convincing, Miss Tross. Sometimes I can't even beg an extra serving of potatoes from him. The girl nods, but kind of reluctantly. Her face is inscrutable. Something tells me it wasn't her persuasion skills that got her the kitchen. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What are you trying to imply here, Walter? Are you calling Alba a slut? My guy. That's... How dare you? And also, even if she is, that's fine. Let her live her life, man. But I'm pretty sure she's not, so... I'm assuming this is going in some other direction. This silence is suspicious. Alba has always been bad at lying. I stop washing the dishes and scowl at her. She didn't ask for permission. Oh, Alba, you rebel. What did you do?
Oh, stop it.
Nothing, really. Oh, no. I may have extended my gratitude by introducing capable kitchen staff. I raise my head and look around. 1, 2, 3, 5 drones are hovering in the kitchen performing various tasks. One is picking up the unfortunate sugar, another one is removing the buns from the oven. Oh, okay, so she did ask permission. Well, at least there's that, I guess. 2 are preparing vegetables on adjacent worktops, probably for today's dinner. The last one is sweeping the floor in the corner. Kitchen staff. Yeah, right. Dude, again, I don't understand where this robot racism comes from. You bribed him with drones, didn't you?
Unacceptable.
I offered him kitchen help in exchange for some ingredients and space to bake. That is the definition of a bribe. Maybe not specifically, but yeah. You're the definition of a bribe. I have no reply to that because it makes no sense. Laughing under my breath, I go back to scrubbing the sticky dough from one of 5 spatulas in the sink. I'll admit, I do love that kind of comeback where you just say where someone's like someone says X and then someone says back to them, you're X, even if it doesn't make any sense. In fact, the less sense it makes, the funnier it is. It's like, I bought this fern today, and I'm going to plant it in my backyard. That's a ficus. You're a ficus. Like, I'm sure I could come up with a more outrageous example than that one, but that's just the one that came to my mind. How did you manage to program them to do these things anyway? Why would I program them? I just ask nicely. Yeah, sure. A chuckle escapes my lips, but her silence worries me. I look back at her only to notice her straight face. Wait, what? What? Drones follow your orders? Not orders, just requests. I'm not ordering them around. You don't do that with friends. We did joke about her double agent in the kitchen before, and I know she has a different approach to drones. But to call them friends? I turn my head to Alba, unsure if she's serious now, too. But they're machines. Machines can't be your friends. I'm a machine. You're different. You're fuckable. Smiling, she's shaping another bun from the dough as if nothing happened. The drones are your friends? But dude, don't. Come on, man. Well, they are a bit like pets. So Alba has robot pets, and then Hannah has animal pets. The best of both worlds. See? If we get both of them, we can chill out, take it slow, and then we can rock out the show. I get it. Really? You can give them commands. They like being near you. They don't talk. They are a bit like pets, right? See, this is the thing. We're making him act way out of character because up until this point, he has hated robots. But now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I get it. That's cool. Robots are cool. It's like, you don't think they're cool, Walter. Shut the fuck up. You two-faced little low-life motherfucker. Psst. What? Alba looks around, oh my god. They keep using this word, and it's not real! Conspirationally. Conspiratorially. My guys, please. Before she leans to me, whispering in an accusatory tone. They would be terribly offended if they heard you call them pets. Come on! I'm really struggling here, man. They're Oh, he's just saying it. They aren't people. It's not like they could understand. But Alba moves away already, going back to work. All right. You should get back to these dishes, my kitchen helper. Stop being so goddamn racist. I bet a drone would work twice as fast. Ooh. Ooh. She just said that something that you consider to be subhuman would be better than you. Ooh. I'm doing my best. Maybe a drone would be faster, but I'm more thorough. I make sure each bowl is squeaky clean before I put it on the worktop. As I glance at the pile of perfectly washed dishes, I notice with horror that Tross is closing on them. Is closing on them? What? Ignoring my efforts, she happily takes 3 clean bowls and adds 3 dirty ones. I can nearly feel tears prickling my eyes. All my toil, all my work. What does she need so many bowls for? I'm beginning to understand how the drone picking up the sugar feels. I sigh. Getting back to work, my thoughts revolve around the drones she calls friends. Is it because of the light? What? Well, the drones. I watch a drone pick up the baking tray with a new batch of buns for the oven. It orbits around Alba when she throws in one more ball of dough. All of it looks so coordinated. The drones react to her every slightest movement. When Tross is waltzing around the kitchen, the machines swirl in the air around her, assisting her at every step of baking. It's kind of like the scene in Matilda where she's like dancing around in the living room and all of the kitchen appliances and the books and furniture are all floating around. Their cores pulsate with a pale azure glow of the familiar source of energy. They listen to you, react to you. Do you think it's because of the light? That you're somehow connected through it? Her expression changes as she's musing on it. I freeze over the dishes, for a while too absorbed in watching the drones surrounding Tross. And she stops too, glancing at her mechanical companions. Her smile widens when she brushes one of them with her hand as it's flying nearby. I think so. I can feel it deep in my heart, you know? The light is so beautiful. I can see it in them. Feel its presence. I even hear it. They sing to me. They sing? That's kind of cute. Sing? My eyebrows meet again. First he gets rizzed out by a cat, now a drone. Walter, you're pathetic. He is a little pathetic, ain't he? If the drones could sing to me, I'm positive it would sound like nails scratching the chalkboard. Have you never listened to a radio before, my guy? Still, Alba seems serious. Awe shines in her eyes when she's watching the kitchen helpers floating around. The very ones that hate me with a passion. Probably because you hate them with a passion. Dude, you get what you give. She reaches for another one, almost tenderly. Like she doesn't mind it's encased in cold metal, not warm human skin. Dude, when you're inside of her, you're encased in cold metal. That is a weird sentence that I just said. I think so. But what do you mean they sing? She bites her lips, trying to focus. I think she's trying to find the right words to describe her feelings. I can't even imagine it. It's like a whisper A murmur of their thoughts I feel under my skin. I straighten slightly. Something cracks in my back after spending so much time bent over the dishes. Her words leave me puzzled, probably because they sound so familiar. It's like they have a soul, you know? They make me feel at home here. Naruhodo. I nod, although my thoughts are swirling, looking for a better reply. In a way, I understand her. Her emotions are similar to the ones that accompany me when I'm piloting a lost plane. But it doesn't make any sense. Besides, weird, Hannah is a lost plane too, and the drones hate her. Just like me. Alba closes her mouth. She turns her eyes back to the dough she's kneading. She goes uncharacteristically quiet. To my surprise, I see her cheeks blush. She grabs the rolling pin and starts to thoughtlessly roll the dough. Does she know why the drones dislike Hannah? Is it something unique to her? She did mention different lost planes have different skills. Did you fly with her a lot? Her question is so quiet, so timid that it nearly drowns out in the sound of water. And it catches me off guard. Uh-oh. I don't think long before answering. A bit. As I wrote in the letter, we took back a hijacked transporter, and then in the evening we flew to Azuria. I wanted to talk to you about... And what? I watch her nervously shift her weight from foot to foot. Oh no. Is she jealous? I have no idea what her deal is. Well... How was it? Oh no. Oh no. I don't think there's any good answer to this. She's literally asking, how was she? Oh boy. How do you like flying with her? The realization of what she's getting at hits me like a train. Tross blushes again, although she's doing her best to hide it from me. She pretends to be busy rolling the dough, which is already too thin for sweet buns, but I see she's glancing at me out of the corner of her eye, expecting an answer. I gulp. Scraping the dough off the bowls suddenly seems fascinating. I feel there's a much more important meaning behind hiding in this innocent question. Oh... Oh no. Oh god. Oh jeez. I also don't know how far away we are from the end, so I don't know how much more weight these answers are going to be receiving. I mean, I wouldn't be lying if I said I missed you, so... Vic is very much like, say you missed her. Do it. Don't you dare choose the other one. Yeah, I mean, so it's not technically, it's not lying. I mean, also, like, she felt exactly the same as you. The only difference is that you have a big Kamehameha beam and she has a bunch of Shadow the Hedgehog missiles. So I'll admit I do like Alba's beam a little bit more, so I'll say I missed you. It was okay.
What?
She's a great lost plane, don't get me wrong. Nonsense! She's not a great lost plane. She's the best one. And did I mention she's the first? The first lost plane? Yeah. Once or twice. Precisely! But she's not you. Oh? Tross is rolling the dough so vigorously it tears. I see an even stronger blush creeping onto her cheeks. I mean, both are great, but missing Alba is great. She grimaces, noticing a hole in the dough, and finally puts the rolling pin away. She's doing everything not to look at me. Even I feel warm. These words were somewhat more subtle in my head. They seemed innocent, nice, honest, straight from the heart. But now when they hang in the air among the silence, I feel a rising panic. Were they too bold? Maybe I shouldn't have. How will she react? Oh no, she's burning red. What did I do? My hands start sweating. I'm frantically thinking about what to say to wash away the awkwardness of my confession. Unexpectedly, Alba tears off a piece of dough and throws it right at me. Oi! I bet she was amazing. It's probably you who did something wrong. I laugh, ducking from the next bullet. As a form of defense, I return to the dishes I left behind, retreating from the battle I can't win. Tension leaves my body as abruptly as it came. I catch myself smiling. When I glance over my shoulder, I see she's doing the same. Washing the dishes gets easier with time. I didn't know it's a skill I'd polish, and yet here we are. It certainly helps that Tross is finishing her baking spree. Cleaning up gets easier when someone doesn't make a washed bowl to make it dirty again. We haven't spent time alone for days. I miss this. She was in the infirmary for so long. Now, when we're sitting in the kitchen together, I feel like the time just flew by. Everything is both the same and different. I'm worried she spent so many days there. So much has happened during that period. I rinse one of the last spatulas, glancing at her. She's humming something under her breath, kneading the last buns. It doesn't look like she'll bring up the topic, so I need to. Sky Fortress was really empty without you here, you know? Oh, but I was here! You know what I mean. You've been gone for so long. What happened? I know you said you're okay, but... Are you really? Loonfell was rough. I'm great! I told you before! Please stop asking. Okay. I just wanted...
Could you?
Let's not bring up Loonfell again. Uh-huh. Interesting. She suddenly doesn't want to talk about Loonfell, like, at all. Did they reprogram her? Did they... Oh... Did they reprogram her so that she wouldn't care enough to, like, disobey orders like she did before? Oh, no. Oh, boy. I fall silent. Her request comes out of the blue. Why? I don't want to talk about what happened in that village. Let's just focus on what's ahead of us instead of overthinking. That village. Uh-huh. But please. And she just keeps smiling while she says it. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. The tone of her voice tells me it's not debatable. I'm stunned. It's palatable how cold she turned. There's no point in discussion. So I nod. The quartermaster will be here any moment. We don't have much time left. I'll finish decorating. Get yourself ready for the party. And she heads for the exit before I have the time to think. I nod again, although she can't see it now. See you there. Reprogrammed. The evening sneaks in before I notice. When I reached the quarters to freshen up, the sun was slowly moving toward the horizon. And when I left, dressed formally and ready for the party, Sky Fortress was immersed in darkness. Alba is nowhere to be seen. I assume she's making the finishing touches at the party. So I go to pick up Hannah. We meet in the corridor of the female quarters. Naturally, Iluna is right by her side. I suspect the cat is more excited about the food than its owner is. Ready for dinner? Although my question wasn't directed at Iluna, the pet answers it happily.
Yes.
Hannah nods, amused. We both head for the main square. At first, it's not that hard to keep our destination a secret. The problems start only at the first crossroads. Instead of turning in the direction of the canteen, I walk toward the hangars. I'm trying to be nonchalant about it, hoping she won't notice. Of course, it's futile. Wasn't the canteen over there? It's another route. Another meaning around. I prefer the name scenic. Uh-huh. I feel her suspicious gaze on me as we approach the hangar. It's easy to have an inkling. The canteen is the opposite way. And hangars look like, well, hangars. A row of large halls, empty or filled with military units. A poor scenery to show before dinner. Yet I still have her patience, at least for now. Eluna is mincing between us when we slowly come close to the only hangar from which light comes out. The wind carries a buzz of conversations from it. Brandenburg tilts her head, turning to me. Are you taking me for a night chase after more deserters? Oh, you shouldn't have. Not exactly.
Hey!
Here! Hannah and I turn as one toward the direction of the scream. Alba peeks out of the interior of the lit hangar. I could see her jump on the spot from excitement. This hangar is rather lit, isn't it? She waves her hand, equally drawing attention and rushing us. Do I dare ask? You probably shouldn't. With a sigh, Hannah moves to the hangar with me. Oh, wow. Look at this. It's like a fucking sock hop or something in here. When we approach the door, I see a surprising sight. The hangar looks beautiful. I didn't think such a stark interior could look so cozy. Oh no. I realize what setup they're building towards here. We're in the hangar. It's been a hot minute since we've done a shoot 'em up section. I guarantee what they're gonna end up doing is having an enemy attack happen, and then I have to choose whether I'm gonna fly with Alba or with Hannah. Oh boy. I kind of already have it in my heart that I'm going to go with Alba. Because again, we haven't seen her in a while, and we also haven't flown with her in a while, so I kind of just want to, but also, I mean, I'll admit, I feel like I gravitate a bit more towards Alba, you know? I don't know. Aesthetically, I like her personality. I like both of them, but just a little bit more towards Alba. Just a tiny, teensy bit, you know? Just a little. So I'll probably choose her. Rows of lights hang above us, between the pillars, bathing the space in a warm glow. The taller crates were arranged as tables. Some of them are by the walls, forming counters full of food and beer. Yo! Others make a large table in the middle of the room, around which there are shorter crates for sitting. A handful of people are inside. Everyone turns to us when we enter, nodding amicably, which is weird, because everyone hates Lassplanes. I know everyone. They're friends with whom I often spend evenings in the canteen together with Alba. Hannah stops in her tracks, unsure how to interpret the scene. Looking at her, I see she's visibly confused.
Surprise!
We both jump at the sudden scream. Tross reaches Brandenburg in one leap. Her voice echoes in the hangar, amplified tenfold. We threw you a welcome party.
What?
Walter said you don't like big gatherings. I avoid Brandenburg's surprised gaze, as if she didn't expect me to notice. He said that. It's not too elegant. Some crates were uneven. I had to nick these from other hangars to make a table. You mixed the cargo from other hangars? And I borrowed a bottle from this mean officer who's always yelling at us. It looks old and expensive. I thought we could make a toast later. So you stole it? It's not much, but I didn't have a lot of time.
Good job.
It's okay. We both freeze. Tross stops her practice monologue and I stop interrupting her. She didn't mind me anyway. Her face is flushed, hands folded nervously. She's watching Brandenburg with bated breath. It looks great. Aw, she likes it, yay! Hannah's short, monosyllabic confession is enough to get an inhuman squeal out of Tross. I could swear her eyes brim with tears. Before I can congratulate her on the achievement, she jumps in place. I nearly forgot! She turns around, dashing for the food counter. Hannah smiles lightly, which is a great surprise for me. I didn't think she'd like even such a small party. I open my mouth to offer a comment, but Tross is back so quickly I don't get the chance. She's holding a large tray of sweet buns in her hands. Some of them are sprinkled with powdered sugar, some drizzled with chocolate. Why do I get the feeling like these buns are going to trigger something in Hannah? Like that old gif of the dog who has the platter of cupcakes put in front of him, and he's just like... like, I feel like that's about to happen right now. Tross puffs her chest out proudly. She doesn't need to do that, you know, a whole lot.
Here. I baked you some sweet buns. Myself. Even used a recipe from my Nana.
Hannah frowns slightly. Here we go. Nana. I helped. A little. And I helped.
Here, have some.
I watch her put the tray under Hannah's nose. She gives in, grinning wider, and reaches for one of the buns. Alba is watching Hannah attentively as she takes a bite of the bun. Only when the blonde shows her thumbs up does Alba inhale overjoyed. Oh, I guess not. Okay, you know what? That's good. I'm hoping all of this goes great, because I want them to get along. Because we can't initiate the harem route if they don't like each other. Brandenburg blushes as if she too was surprised at how good the baking is. It's delicious.
Yes! I did it!
I reach for a bun, but before I can take one, Tross is already turning on her heels with the tray. Aw, man. She makes a round to the food counter in a second, this time bringing back 2 pints of beer. Heyo! Although I had my doubts at first, one of them is for me.
Here. Let's go have some fun!
Giving us the beer, she grabs Hannah's hand and drags her farther into the hangar. Aw, Tete. Some people are already sitting by the table with the crates. As we approach, I realize they're playing cards.
Hell yeah.
I see a glimmer in Brandenburg's eyes when she notices the game too. Alba doesn't even need to persuade her. The blonde takes her seat. I can only do the same. I sit down at the side near the large open aircraft gate with a view at the sky. Crisp, cool evening air comes through it. There's no loud music, no big crowd of partygoers. There's a warm atmosphere, buns and beer. The sky behind us and the table with cards in front of us. Brandenburg looks delighted. She takes a few sips of the beer and reaches for her shuffled cards. Tross is standing tall, as proud as a peacock. No wonder. I'm impressed by how well she read the other Lassplanes' preferences. Well, with a bit of my help. I put my pint on the table and grab the cards. Looks like there's an interesting night ahead of us. Hey! Yay! I'm glad it all actually just worked out. I'm happy for Alba. I must admit I underestimated Alba's skills. Although she called this type of party a sad bender, it absolutely wasn't like that. Tross seemed unaware of Hannah's love for competition and, in turn, gambling. Uh-oh. Our girl's a gotcha player. When Brandenburg got a hold of cards and took her seat on a crate, she didn't leave until the very end. Unintentionally, Alba prepared the best possible party for the Lassplane. So we were playing cards. The girls were the opposites of each other. Alba was babbling under her breath, only half looking at the hand she got. Hannah was silent. She studied everyone with the intense gaze of a hawk. It quickly turned out she had a talent for this game, or a great determination. When she managed to win, Brandenburg always let out a happy scream, so unlike her usual quiet and calm persona. Each victory made her as happy as a child and encouraged to play more. Tross picked it up, unfortunately for herself. To impress her, she got serious and did everything in her power to win with the legendary Lassplane. Game after game, loss after loss, Tross was straining her eyes and mind trying to find the winning strategy. This would make a really cute CG if you guys would have drawn one. Time after time, there sounded Hannah's triumphant cry, like she was blind to the opponent's efforts. I wanted to hint to her to let Alba win because it meant so much to her, but Hannah's gaze itself, focused on the game, was so murderous I decided not to take that risk. Besides, Tross probably wouldn't want it. She wished to win fair and square. Only when I saw the tears of frustration in her eyes as she was trying to make sense of the cards she was dealt with did I call for a break. We made a toast with the liquor stolen from one of the officers. To Hannah, who, delighted with her winning streak, nodded in thanks. Maybe she thought we were toasting to her amazing card skills. Then I realized that Aluna scrupulously used to use the fact we were so focused on the game and ate nearly half the finger food behind our backs. You bitch. Hold on a second. Oh boy. Okay. And half of what was left looked like the cat licked it. Nobody was brave enough to eat anything, and we stuck to the beer. We were still playing when a supervising crew entered the hangar, crashing our small party. Gathering in the hangars has been strictly prohibited since the escape of the deserters, which all of us forgot about. But we were too amused with the party and too absorbed in having fun to repent, risking a reprimand in our files. Okay, hold on a second. I am struggling right now with one of my nostrils. I need to go get me some Mucinex real quick. Be right back. Alright. I returned, and I am sufficiently sprayed. Let's go ahead and continue, shall we? Let's see here. So we ran, like children caught doing something wrong. Really? Wait, just like a bunch of adults just deciding to literally scatter. Okay. We grab pints of beer and rush from the hangar, and they're all chasing behind us like, you darn kids! I was laughing the whole time, feeling like a kid hiding from a strict commander in the barracks. We were running, scattering in different parts of the base. We literally did! We literally scattered! Oh boy. Also, hold on a second. I just noticed these laser sight cannons. I don't think these things were getting their laser sights ready before. Nobody was eager to clean up as a punishment for what we did. Only when we lost the pursuers could we take a breath. Tross, Brandenburg, and I found ourselves in the center of the base, quiet and dark again. Man. Oh, this is good stuff. We are so in. We are so in on that harem route. I found out today, apparently, there's like 8 endings for this game. That's pretty nuts. So, I really hope one of them is a harem route. So, I'm wondering, again, you don't really know how these types of games go. Do I need to get both of them up to a sufficient level of, like, I don't know what you'd call it, affection or whatever? Or do you have to choose specific choices in order to, you know, weave your way towards certain routes? I honestly don't know. Whenever we make a decision, it does show like that scale, that purple and red scale. Purple and red, that's Alba and Hannah. So, you know, I'm wondering if it is like weighted between the two of them based on the decisions you make. 8 endings. Yeah. Affection would be, but I think it's the choices and the ranking. We'll see, I guess. I'm really trying to keep it pretty even between the two of them. I mean, granted, we had all of one at first, then all of the other after that. Now we've got both of them together, so we've got to get better at juggling the two of them, I suppose. So I guess after a while, we should maybe start hanging out with Hannah again. Okay. We finally had the chance to talk.
I see.
So, there's a watchtower in Loonfell?
Wait, now you want to talk about Loonfell? Hold on a second. When were we even talking about it? We tried talking about it, and you were like,
there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
So, like, what? The three of us walk one of the peripheral alleyways in Sky Fortress. Although the party was abruptly cut short, nobody is in a hurry to go to sleep. It's a good chance to talk about what happened in Azuria. Hannah was hard to convince. She repeatedly told me not to breathe a word of it to anyone, but Alba isn't a regular grunt in the base, and it's not even about her being a friend I trust. She's a Lassplane. She might be aware of what's going on to some degree, and if not, she'll find out soon. Letting her in on it may give us more answers, and in the end, only this pragmatic point reached Brandenburg. Sky Fortress is asleep, but we decided to take a roundabout walk around. Not to risk we'd run into party survivors. So, okay. So, I was actually worried about that, because she told me not to tell anyone about what had happened. So, telling Alba was the thing that I was most worried about. But apparently we just did. So, man, all of this is like just falling very neatly into place. Tross turns out to be as surprised as I was when she hears about everything I found out. It can't be faked. Besides, she can't even lie. I can see on her face that she knows nothing. And in Azuria, the shock of the information sobered her up completely. She walks beside us, thoughtfully gazing at the towers high above. The ones we used to believe were watchtowers. Like me, she probably sees them from a new perspective. Hannah follows us, vigilantly looking around. She's the only one with some beer left in her pint, but she doesn't look interested in finishing it. At least not now, when we're discussing that topic.
But Loonfell is so small! Where could a watchtower be?
Keep it down.
I'm sorry. Where could a watchtower be?
I frown, contemplating an answer. In the dead silence, even her whisper reaches me perfectly, although I know it doesn't echo like a normal volume of voice. In Azuria, it was hidden in the lighthouse deep underground. I assume it can be the same in Loonfell.
Underground? It's so wild.
You didn't know?
No way!
Of course not.
I'm just asking.
To
my surprise, a blush creeps on her cheeks, like it was embarrassing that she wasn't aware of it. I immediately want to assure her that's not the case. Surprisingly, Brandenburg beats me to it.
There.
It's not your fault. HQ will stop at nothing to conceal this information. Nobody knows.
Well, yes. But I never knew it was so close to me.
Didn't you sense it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. Back then, I thought I just felt uneasy because of the Empire attack. But now that you're saying this, It might have been more than that.
Naruhodo. The despair with which Tross was trying to reach Lunefell gets a deeper meaning. Maybe it wasn't only about her parents, for whose safety she feared. She did say she felt something bad would happen. She was joking it might have been an indigestion after the quartermaster's cuisine, but it turned out she was right. Was it a coincidence? A crazily advanced intuition? Did she sense the Watchtower was in danger? The memory of how the Watchtower and Azuria reacted to Brandenburg comes to my mind. Only 3 Watchtowers are keeping the whole Vale up. Can you imagine how much energy it must cost? More than your watch, I assume. Funny. Now, when one of them is down, it must be even more energy consuming for the other 2.
Right, the other 2.
So there's the 3 of us. And then there's also the 3 Watchtowers. Something's gotta happen. What I'm imagining is that the third Watchtower is here in Sky Fortress. And then there's gonna be a point near the end of the game, I'm assuming, where Hannah and Alba are both going to go off to Lunefell and Azuria alone to defend those Watchtowers, and then I'm gonna have to stay here and defend this one. Obviously, nothing's going to happen then, because can't have a shoot 'em up section without one of the girls. But that's a prediction that I'm just gonna throw out there.
Azuria.
Her trembling voice draws my attention. I turn my head to the girl walking at my side. She's hugging herself with her arms, struggling with the shivers. Whether it's because of her emotions or the chill of Sky Fortress at night, I don't know.
But
what about the village? The people? Is everyone safe?
I stare pointedly at Brandenburg, searching for support in her face. But the Lassplane is looking elsewhere like she didn't hear the question. I sigh. I don't know. We didn't find anyone. The village was empty when we landed.
So strange. They must have evacuated.
Perhaps. A rustle draws our attention. Thick bushes growing on a small decorative lawn quiver. A cat dashes out from among them, shaking to get off the leaves. Hannah smiles slightly at the sight of Aluna, who, although disappeared for a nocturnal hunt, has already found a way back to her. Tross, concerned, is studying the cat. As usual, it completely ignores her and catches up with Hannah. After a while, her gaze returns to me.
How was it? What did the Watchtower look like?
It was powerful. More powerful than you can imagine. Even when it was dormant, you could feel the energy in the air.
wow!
Sounds incredible.
You could say that.
I wish I could see it one day.
Maybe you'll have the chance. She nods, immersed in thoughts. We look back at the Watchtowers, but that's not enough. A long time will pass before it's fixed, and we'll be vulnerable to attacks. The good news is we have 3 spots to defend, not dozens. The bad news is that one of them is inactive, which leaves the kingdom open to another attack.
If Lunefell is so important, the king surely won't let the village suffer.
But we can still lose the 3rd. We both turn our heads to the blonde, kicking a pebble before her. She lifts her gaze from the ground and looks at the other Lassplane. Tross swallows hard under her intense stare. If we don't know where the 3rd one is, we won't be able to defend it.
Right.
Brandenburg's gaze is so focused that her irises glimmer in the half-light of the starry night. She doesn't take her eyes off Tross. So,
Huh?
do you know where it is?
Me?
Walter said you felt the need to fly to Lunefell. A deep, burning need. Maybe you didn't know where it came from, but I think the Watchtower was calling you. And now? Is it calling you now? I clear my throat. Tross's panicked look speaks more than 1,000 words. It's clear to me she's baffled. We've just dropped so much information on her at once that she didn't have time to figure it all out. Not to mention, she surely wasn't wondering about where the third watchtower could be. She didn't have the time. Brandenburg is pressuring her with the subtlety of a bulldozer that makes Alba begin to break. I think, you're pushing her too much. Shouldn't you know too? Yeah, don't you know? Let's see. We might just as well ask you. Shouldn't you know? Why? Because I'm the legendary Lassplane? The sudden anger in her words stops me in my tracks. I shudder, looking at Brandenburg. Annoyance contorts her face. Arms are crossed on her chest. I find my foot tapping rapidly. No doubt I stepped on some landmine. Shit! One wrong move can make it go off. No, because you're a Lassplane. Just like Alba. If she could sense the watchtower, couldn't you do the same? You think it's that easy? I don't know. How would I? We're not the same. We are not the same. These words are the only answer to my question. Sharp, unpleasant, and cutting the topic short. I have no idea what made her react like this. My question was quite innocent. It's not like I insinuated something bad. To her, it must be a sensitive topic, although I have no idea why. I glance at Alba. Paled, she looks at me as confused as I am. We both nod lightly, deciding not to push. I clear my throat diplomatically. I would like to still find a logical explanation for the situation, just without casualties. Maybe the watchtower's calling a Lassplane only when it's threatened, and you can't sense it beforehand.
Oh, you think so?
Look, you didn't feel fear or the need to fly to Azuria, only Lunefell. Then it turned out Lunefell was attacked first, and Azuria was safe then.
And Hannah?
We both look at Brandenburg, who pretends to be interested in her pint and finishing the rest of the beer inside. She glances at us from above the edge of the glass.
Did you sense it when Azuria was attacked?
Yeah. The girl hesitates. A split second so short and unimportant I shouldn't notice. But I do. For some reason, I think I see a lie in her eyes when she responds.
Yes.
Yes.
Then everything's clear. So we'll find out where the third one is when it's attacked, yes?
And at the last moment, not good.
What if we don't make it?
The whole kingdom will turn to dust.
Wow, no pressure.
She chuckles under her breath, but I sense her nervousness. No wonder. If HQ had been honest, we could have avoided this situation. But they don't know we know the truth, which means we can't ask them where the third watchtower is. What if it's on the other side of the island? What if the Empire attacks it in Lunefell at the same time? How will we divide our forces if there are now 2 Lassplanes in Sky Fortress? If I were them, I would have already sent us to the area just in case. But I'm not in command. I guess those cannons with their laser sights just were nothing to be concerned about. We wander the park alleyways deep in thought. My eyes follow the Aluna, rummaging through the bushes, but my gaze is somewhere else. Around the watchtower in Azuria, in the memories, I'm searching for hints. Suddenly, an important thought comes to my mind. The symbol. There was a symbol painted on the doors to the watchtower. Hannah, do you remember? The girl shakes her head, frowning, a sigh with annoyance.
A symbol?
Both Lassplanes stop with me on one of the balconies. I dig through my memories, trying to see a clear image. What did it look like? I'm trying to remember. It looked like a sun with rays. It was a circle with hoops around it. It was a circle with hoops around it. It was like a circle with many hoops around it. Honestly, it kind of looked like when they transform.
Wow!
Oh, I think I know what it is.
I nearly jumped from excitement. I put the empty pint on the railing we're leaning against. Really? Alba tilts her head, baffled, as if I asked a very stupid question. Hannah's eyebrow raises.
You didn't learn about it at school?
If we did, it must have been a long time ago. I don't remember anything.
It's the energy.
My eyebrows meet. She says it as if it was completely obvious, but it's not to me. That kind of reminds me of when I send at my job. There's this particular superior that I have at work who will regularly include my team in email chains. And he always says things as if we should know what they mean, but we don't, because he's in a completely different team from us and working with documents that we don't really look at. So yeah, I can kind of understand this. My hand is leaning against the railing. I catch myself drawing the symbol on its surface with my finger, invisible to the eye. Do you mean the energy of the light?
Oh, you...
No, silly. The energy of us all.
She moves closer. Hannah gives her space, although the blonde's gaze is watching her intently. Tross reaches for the railing with her fingers. She draws the same sign as I did, but in a slightly different way.
The rays represent us, our paths of life that meet.
I see. So it's like a religious symbol?
Psh, it's not a matter of faith. We're all connected. Our lives are intertwined into one, you know? You see, when we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. It's our energy.
Uh-huh. I glance at Brandenburg with a hint of doubt. A faint smile plays on her face. From what I see, her approach to the topic is slightly different than Tross's. She doesn't intrude in our conversation, though. Alba clicks her tongue, displeased with my reaction.
You can feel it deep inside. Just focus. Focus on this feeling. Take a deep breath and take in the energy of the surroundings. You'll sense the place we're at. And us.
She looks at me expectantly, and I don't really know what she wants from me. To close my eyes and meditate? I don't want to be offensive. She seems very determined to prove something to me. But I don't feel anything. Should I try? Yeah, why not? Right then. I take a deep breath. I don't really know what to do, so I listen to the rustle of the wind. Oh, the music has stopped. The cool breeze sweeps the Sky Fortress's buildings, pinching my cheeks. Cold air fills my lungs, invigorating the body. Only now, when we're all quiet, do I realize how distant the place I came to is. Sky Fortress floats in the sky, far away from our island. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. If not for the lost plane at my side, I would think there's no other living being in the base. It's just me and the glow of the stars, twinkling on the fabric of the sky. This feeling doesn't leave me warm. It doesn't comfort me. I don't feel connected with all my comrades sleeping in the base. I sense the loneliness of my existence against the magnitude of Sky Fortress. I lift my head, looking at the towering black spires. The structures cover the glow of the stars.
Do you feel it? It's within you. Right here.
Oh my goodness. Something happens to me when the Lost Plane's finger stabs my chest. A sudden chill grows stronger. My heart beats faster, fueled by abrupt anxiety. The walls of Sky Fortress climb to the sky like bars of a black cage, and I'm alone in it. What the hell is happening? The memory of Azuria sparks before my eyes. When I blink, the blue glow flashes in the windows of the base. I don't know what reflex jolts my body. It feels like I don't have any control over it. Okay. Alrighty. I involuntarily move away from Tross. I don't know where the anxiety came from. It comes and goes, like a wave of a tide crashing at coastal cliffs.
Ha! Look at your face. Gotcha.
My throat becomes dry. Was this a prank, or was I really supposed to feel that? I see Hannah watch me with curiosity. I made a fool out of myself, didn't I? This place is creepy as hell when you think about it.
You're overreacting. Sky Fortress is beautiful.
I chuckle nervously in agreement. Although deep inside, I'm not so sure anymore. It's getting late. It'll probably be the time to go to bed soon, although I admit I'm not sleepy yet.
So are we a lost plane?
Cause I feel like maybe what he was feeling was that feeling that Alba felt when she felt like the watchtower was calling out to her. Is that what we're feeling now? Especially after that conversation. I sigh. I need a drink. I'll go check if there's any left in the supplies behind the canteen. Get me some if you find any. I'll do my very best. So we're leaving the girls alone. Good. I set off on a short trip to the canteen. Getting something is easier than I thought at this hour. I didn't find any food, but I have beer. With loot in hand, I return to our balcony, only to find it empty. Apparently, the Lost Planes found something to do for the rest of the night when I was gone. Hell yeah, they did. Also, again, this castle in the background, what is that? It literally gives me fucking Canterlot vibes, man. I know Alba likes to spend time on her favorite glade before bed. Iluna is playing with a pebble in the middle of the balcony. Hannah is probably still around. My feelings for them have evolved in the last few days. But when I'm thinking with whom I should spend the rest of the night, it's... Oh, but I need to choose carefully? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This is my last save. My last save slot. Goddamn, man. Okay, well. Well. I was saying that, you know, when it all comes down to it, I am a bit more into Alba than Hannah, I guess. Even though, again, I do like Hannah, but I think I'm gonna go with Alba. Vic has already made his decision. It's very easy for our boy here. Okay. All right, let's go with Alba. It really feels like we're leaning really hard on Alba, though. I feel like we're going way too far out of balance for the harem route anymore. But we gotta make a choice. So Hannah wanted me to bring her some beer, but frankly, I don't see her anywhere. Damn. Since she left, I can only assume she changed her mind or got a pint herself. Despite the late hour, I know who I'd like to talk to. My heart races at the sheer thought. It's been so long since I had a chance to talk to Tross after dusk. When she first arrived at the base, it sort of became our habit. We would always leave the canteen last. I got used to walking her to the quarters. Our return from Loonfell hit me like a bucket of cold water and made my attention shift to other things. But now when everything is as it should be, I realize how much I missed it. I feel like her stay in the infirmary took something precious from me. I missed her laugh, her energy. Today proved it to me more than anything. That's why I leave Iluna playing on the balcony and head in the direction where I think I'll find Tross. I have two ideas, one of which is impossible. Surely there's nothing left in the canteen she could eat. That's why there's only one option. I know which place Alba loves more than any other. My legs carry me to the park. The glade hidden behind safety rails isn't visible from the alleyways. It shows itself only when I reach the edge of the park. I'm welcomed by a crisp gust of breeze, a rustle of the sea of grass in the moonlight. The darkness makes this place a cascade of gloom and shadows, taking the variety of colors away. I struggle to find purple hair against the background of flowers covering the glade. Memories flood me. Can't believe it's been so long since I first came here with Alba. She was the one who showed me this place. And now she's sitting among the flowers, legs tucked underneath her. I can see she's hunched over something. I approach her, minding my step. The ground here isn't as reliable as on the Sky Fortress alleyways. There you are! The girl jumps, not hearing my arrival. Her scream makes me nearly spill the beer. Tross turns to me, raising her head. I notice a piece of paper she immediately crumpled in her fist. Can I join you? The shock doesn't leave Tross's face when I approach her. My coming must have really startled her. I see her confusion when I stand by her. She glares at me.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, you scared me.
I didn't mean to. I brought some beer. I didn't find food, but...
Oh, thank you. But it's rather late.
As if to prove her point, she stretches lightly. The day was eventful, so I'm not surprised she's exhausted. Despite everything, I feel a pang of disappointment. I was hoping we could talk. I put her pint aside in silence, in case she decides she wants a sip. From up close, I see there's something wrong. Her face is contorted with fear? Sorrow? I can't decipher it, but it's definitely not right. Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, fine and dandy.
I draw my lips into a thin line. Whatever bothers her, I see she doesn't want to share. A strong wind whips our clothes, bursting onto the glade. I watch Tross crumple the paper she was holding in her hand. She puts it in her trousers pocket before I get the chance to see what's on it. I'm silent. I feel she's shutting me off. Whatever she was so focused on before I came was related to the piece of paper. It must have been. But Tross doesn't want to share. I feel a growing regret in my heart. I really wanted to spend the evening with her. Talk from the heart, honestly. Instead, it seems like Alba needs help, and I'm not the person she plans to turn to. Does she think I'm not trustworthy? Did we drift apart during her absence? The memory of what we were like before Lunefell seems so distant. It's looming on the edge of my consciousness. Tross rubs her arms with her hand. The wind is prickling. Even I get goosebumps. Did you like the party?
Yeah!
A lot. It was amazing. I haven't had so much fun for a long time.
Good to hear.
I'm exhausted, aren't you?
I shrug lightly. I see her face is flustered. She notices I wanted to talk to her and smiles apologetically.
I'm sorry, but it's so cold here, and it's already late. I'm dreaming of a warm bed.
Well then, it's time to escort you to bed, Miss Tross. I give her my hand. She takes it, standing up with my assistance. I'm trying to contain my bitterness. Maybe I demand too much of her. She doesn't have to open up to me in the middle of the night if she doesn't want to. Damn, is this really how it's gonna go? I may actually go back because this is just unsatisfying. Like, cause this reminds me a lot of the event in Persona 5 where you all get dressed up in yukata, you all go to the city with the intent to watch the fireworks display, and it's supposed to be fun and cool and romantic and whatnot, and they keep building it up, but then when you get there, it's super crowded, so you can't actually see the fireworks as they're going off, and then it starts raining, so the fireworks show gets canceled, and then you go into a convenience store to get out of the rain, but everyone else also did that, so then it's cramped and humid inside, and the characters are just talking about how miserable they are, and then they just go home. It's one of the most unsatisfying special events that I had ever seen in a Persona game. It was literally just a bunch of buildup just to be disappointed and to go home unsatisfied. So if this is really how this is gonna play out, I am actually gonna like save scum and go back and choose Hannah, because this is Garbo. We head for the quarters in silence. I mean, the game said that it was really important who I choose, and that made me feel like it was I don't know, did I not build up enough affection with Alba or something? Nah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll play this out for a bit longer, see where it's going. But if it ultimately ends up with, you know, nothing really happening, then yeah, I'm gonna go back and choose a Hannah. I see there's something hiding behind the facade of her energetic strides and wide grin. Something she decided to keep for herself. I stop at the door to her quarters. Talk to you tomorrow?
Sure thing.
I nod to myself since Tross is already closing the door. I turn around and set off to my quarters with a sigh. I didn't get much sleep. Not that I could complain. Yesterday was a night to remember. God damn, man. Okay. But I'm wondering if we go and choose Hannah, will it be the same, like the same sort of deal, but with Hannah? All right, let's do that. Let's load up this last save, and then we'll see we'll do a vibe check, a literal vibe check, and if the vibe feels the same as it was with Alba, then we'll come back and we'll redo this one. Actually, let me just go ahead. I guess I'll just go ahead and save. Yeah, wait, what? Ah, shit. Oh, dang it. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I accidentally loaded this game. All right, well, I guess we'll go with Hannah. I wanted to save it there so that if I needed to go back to the Alba route, then I could just do it. But I guess we'll just click through this disappointment of a interaction. All right, let's go Hannah. I know who I'd like to talk to despite the late hour. Brandenburg appeared in my life out of the blue. I still remember our first encounter in the tavern in Loonfell. There already was something about her back then, something that made me unable to take my eyes off her. And I didn't even know her name. She's been an enigma since the very beginning, like a difficult riddle which sometimes seems impossible to solve. But every other layer of the wall I breach reveals to me an increasingly beautiful sight. Oh. I leave Aluna playing on the balcony. My legs just take me in the right direction. Alright, what's the vibe like? I know Hannah's favorite spot. With this knowledge, I head for the hangar where we spent her first day in Sky Fortress. Stepping inside, I notice her silhouette deep in the room. Luckily, enough time has passed for the supervising crew to disappear. I pass by a parked airplane approaching the girl. She's sitting on the edge of the hangar's landing pad in the gate, letting her legs hang loose. She pays the abyss beneath her no mind. The wind is coming inside, ruffling her long strands of hair. The blonde locks are standing out against the dark blue sky like a moon, pointing sailors in the right direction. The moon doesn't point people in the right direction. Although she must hear my footsteps, she doesn't let it show. I come close to the edge with 2 pints of beer in my hands. You come here often? You took your time. Why were you waiting for me?
Huh?
Oh, why? Were you waiting for me? Of course not. Despite the denial, a smile is wandering on her lips. I crouch, carefully taking a seat next to her with my hands full. The wind here is strong. When I glance at the abyss below, I get dizzy for a second. But the sensation quickly disappears when I sit down, finding the ground. Starlight glimmers on the surface of the sea. On the outskirts of Sky Fortress, the sky seems more full of stars than in the center of the base. They stretch up to the horizon where the coal-black sky is cut by the shimmering obsidian of the ocean. I feel like we're all alone, not just here in the hangar or the base, but as if there was nobody else in the whole world. Just the two of us. I pass her one of the beers. She takes it with a brief thank you. Do you think they'll chase us away? Not if we're quiet. Wow, we're full-time criminals here. My conspiratorial whisper drowns out in her sparkling laughter. This is already a way better vibe than with Alba. The risk we'll get caught is definitely real, but somehow I can't be bothered now. Another Dojin line. I feel like nothing can destroy and interrupt this moment. It seems limitless. A drop of infinity submerged in the chaos of these times. God damn it! Oh, that's more of my writing right there. Oh. Again, not actually my writing, but I would sure as hell write a line like that. Oh my god, it's so funny. I need to find out who this writer is and find out if we were separated at birth or something, man. Jesus Christ. A drop of infinity submerged in the chaos of these times. I probably would have written it, though, as just in the chaos of... Nah, not in the chaos of time. Submerged in the chaos... I probably would have said these days. These days rather than these times. Because, I don't know, days just kind of has a bit more of a flowery, purpley, poetic feel to it, you know? Oh boy. The wind lashes at the silence between us with a rustle. From the distance comes a quiet, monotonous sound of water. I watch the stormy waves on its surface. Now, when the excitement after the party is long gone, I feel like I should be able to relax. But I can't calm down. When I'm in her presence, the adrenaline is coursing in my veins. I feel her proximity, even if there's some distance between us. Even if her gaze is fixed on the horizon, not on me. Nice and quiet. What a lovely night. She nods curtly, her hands clutching at the edge of the landing pad we're on. She lets the strands of her hair dance in the wind untamed. I feel them brush my shoulder when the wind wishes so. We didn't have much time to talk today. I didn't know you were so popular in the base, cowboy. Why, you missed me? You wish? Her negation is so abrupt it shows her interest, whether she likes it or not. She stares me down, noticing my amusement. But I see the need for answers in her eyes. In the end, she came to me in the morning first, but met Alba. And then I was helping Tross bake buns. I feel that I should explain. I was slaving away washing the dishes. It was a totally incredible experience, which I definitely will add to my portfolio. But I must say I wish I hadn't agreed. I'd rather have spent that time with you. Oh my god, man, come on. You don't gotta say it like that. She lifts the pint of beer to her lips, hiding her expression. But above the edge of the glass, I can see her blush. She nods, carefully unsure how to respond. She stretches like a cat, smiling with satisfaction. I wonder, did I not build up enough affection with Alba then? Because I'm wondering if I might have just failed, if I might have failed Alba's route or something. Because yeah, like the degrees to which this interaction differs from Alba's is like night and day. The smile settled on her face during the party and stayed there nearly the entire time. You enjoyed yourself today, didn't you?
Well...
Let's not go too far. All right. You beat nearly everyone. As if I couldn't see how smug you are. She laughs under her breath, reaching for the beer and taking a sip. She gives up and nods, agreeing with me. I'd play some more. Oh no. Maybe next time we should make a bet. So that you could cheat your way to victory? I never cheat. Never in a million years. Wuss. The wind lashes at my cheeks, leaving a chill behind. But I'm not going to complain. The view is magnificent. The endlessly wide horizon, the vastness of the sky, and the greatness of the ocean. Here at the edge of the hangar's pad, I can almost forget we're in Sky Fortress. I wonder if it's not one of the reasons Brandenburg likes to spend time here. When silence falls between us, I notice her thoughtful gaze. Her smile pales when she lets her thoughts flow, as if it weren't natural. Not completely. I see she's reflecting on something, that her thoughts are swirling around something important. Something she won't share of her own accord unless I ask. What are you doing here in the middle of the night? Are you contemplating life? Or maybe preparing to escape? What if I am? She turns her gaze to me. Despite the lighter tone of our conversation earlier, now there's almost apathy in her voice. Her words echo inside the hangar. She's not serious. Or is she? We're 2 soldiers in the army, and we're nothing like these deserters we managed to bus. Why would you want to run away? The question is, why would you want to spend the rest of your life following someone else's orders? I knew what I was signing up for. I knew what the duty is like.
Oh, really?
Really? You predicted the things you'd be up against today? I fall silent. She's right. I knew it'd be hard, that by offering my life to the army, I agreed to various scenarios, not always pleasant. So is Hannah like she's the loose cannon anti-establishment character, and Alba is the orderly lawful good character? Interesting. Okay. So is that what it is? Was I just hitting so many anti-authoritarian and anti-fascist leadership marks that I was just getting more and more points for Hannah rather than Alba? Dang. But I didn't know I'd fall right into the middle of a war with the Empire, with HQ keeping so many secrets from me. I didn't know Loonfell would happen, that I would be treated like that for helping the Lassplane I serve with. When I imagined my life as a soldier, I didn't picture it this way. Do you really want that? To fly there even now? She shrugs, suddenly, aggressively, like it wasn't a topic she planned to start with me at all. She just sort of blurted it out. A shiver passes through her body. Sorrow flashes in her gaze. I watch her curl up after a harsher gust of wind. Sadness appears in her eyes. Her gaze darkens when she's watching the faraway horizon. She must be seeing what's beyond it in her head. I don't want to see this sorrow in her eyes. I don't want to look at the yearning she can't fulfill. I wish I could make it all go away. When I look at her, my heart races. I'm a soldier. It's all I can do. All I know. I grew up taught to respect the uniform, the duty. Just a few weeks ago, I never thought I could do anything else in my life. I didn't see myself as anyone else. But all the needs that drove my life before vanish when I'm at Hannah's side. The need to follow orders I don't understand, to fight wars started for reasons I don't know. I gave up everything for the army. A comfortable, quiet life, the freedom to decide about my own future. And what did I get? The kingdom I was ready to sacrifice everything for, to which I gave my life and soul, chewed me and spat me out. For one mistake, one broken order. In a flash, I nearly lost everything I had been working for a dozen of years. They did it so easily, too, as if I was a nobody. A gear in a great war machine, replaceable, expendable the moment it causes problems. They threw me out like a broken part, immediately looking for a replacement. But Hannah has been reminding me of my worth from the beginning. About the validity of my choices, even if HQ doesn't agree with them. With her, I never feel dispensable. Something you can throw away. Yeah, not like with Alba. I remember the fear on her face when she asked me to take her hand in Azuria. She hides so much from the world, but I know that what is between us isn't a lie. It's fragile, probably risky, but I can go to great lengths to maintain and nurture it. I don't owe them anything. She's the only one that counts. Let's run away. She laughs, nodding as if considering my crazy suggestion. Her amusement shows me she doesn't think it's serious at all. She puts down her pint of beer with a smile. I'm serious. But what now? Oh, what now? Yes, now. Don't be stupid, Walter. She's contemplating my words. Shock paints her face. The sheer thought that I could be serious about this appears to make her anxious and confused. She's playing with the buckle of the belt on her thigh, consciously showing nervousness. It looks like she doesn't want to believe it's not a cruel joke at her expense. But I want it. Never before have I been so sure of something. I glance back. I point to the airplane parked in the hangar behind us. If you don't feel well enough, we can take the plane. We'll fly it.
Impossible.
Are you drunk? I'm not. As if to prove it, I put my pint of beer away. I did drink a few, but it was over so many hours that I'm not feeling any effect. For a moment, we stare at each other. I feel adrenaline filling my veins. My muscles go numb with the tension. I really could do that, here and now. When I'm looking at her, I want to. I mean every word. She bites her lips, seeing my determination. It's like the more serious I seem, the greater her unrest. Oh, she's crying! The glow of the stars twinkles in her eyes. They light up the fear filling her azure gaze. The panic that freezes her body, that makes her hands clench involuntarily.
But...
And what about Alba? You would surely break her heart if you left now. She's capable. She'll manage without me just fine. Damn it! Oh man. We've missed the harem route. But I don't think there was anything. Oh, unless there was. I mean, I really don't know, man. It's fine. It's fine. This route is giving us a lot more to chew on, so we might as well just go with it. I wanted to go with Alba, but I guess I was just too much of a loose cannon for Alba. I was too much of a bad boy. Oh boy. Her shock is growing with every passing moment. We might try for Alba's route another time. Except no, we want the harem route, so yeah, well, maybe I'll find out one day how to get it. You have a career, Walter. Your life, your work. HQ will never let you go. Screw them. I hear her inhale sharply. Oh my goodness. Her body tenses as if my suggestion isn't what she wanted to hear at all. As if it was the opposite. But I saw the need in her eyes. The yearning for freedom. I wish I could give it to her. And yet when the Lassplane speaks, her voice is trembling like never before. I can't. Her words are like a blow to my heart, but my heart is resilient. I am resilient. If I weren't, I wouldn't be here now with her. The girl is shaking. I don't know if it's because of the cold or fear. Maybe both. She turns her gaze away from me. Nay! She does anything, just not to look at me. Nay! Come on, guys. The pale scar on her hand shines in the moonlight. My heart is pounding in my chest. I move to her just a bit. I brush the back of her hand with my own. I feel the Lassplane at my side tense. How she exhales sharply, although she doesn't move away. Her hand is still clutching at the edge of the landing pad. You can. Let's do it together.
I can't.
You don't understand. Why not? We decide our fate ourselves. I can see it. The desperate need to believe my words. To escape now, immediately, towards the dark horizon, promising a better place, a different reality. Timidly, I take her hand, loosening her strong grip on the edge, offering her something different, stable instead. I intertwine my fingers with her. She doesn't stop me. Her skin is warm to the touch. I feel it tremble.
You don't know me.
You barely know me, Walter. Maybe. I feel like I've known you for years. Okay, now she is 100% crying. Aw, shit. But you know it's not true. It's not important. I don't know you, but I see you. I see who you are. I gently squeeze her hand, forcing her to look at me. She does that, but not without hesitation. Her blonde hair is floating in the wind, framing her pale, frightened face. So different from her usual confidence and sarcastic smiles. My freedom. It's not without a price. You don't know the things I've done to get here. I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what you did or who you were before. What matters is who you are now. The decision is yours. The glow of the night sky casts shadows on her profile. Her eyes shine in the half-light, lips grimace in sorrow so deep that it pierces my heart. I freeze under her gaze, marked with loss and regret. Blue irises darken from the pain hiding inside them. Now I'm paralyzed like a stone figure. With our hands intertwined, I watch her from a close distance. I follow her movement with my eyes when she raises the other hand, when she reaches out to me. Her fingers are shaking when she touches my cheek with her fingertips.
You don't understand.
So make me understand. Please. I feel the desperation stain my words, but I don't care. I see there's something that stops her from grabbing the freedom she desires so much, which I'd love to give her. I feel her fingers wandering on my cheek. They brush the skin as if studying the curves of my face in the half-light. She's so close. The tear that escapes her eyes seems brighter than the stars whose light it reflects.
You know,
I don't want anything more than to fly with you. A butt is hanging in the air. She doesn't even need to finish. I purse my lips into a thin line. I never thought I would see tears in her eyes. The burden on her back settles on my shoulders as well. I don't understand anything. I want to understand. There's something else I need to do. When I do, I will finally be free. What? She's silent. I wasn't expecting an answer, although I don't like it. I tighten the grip on her hand. I don't want to let go. Not until I see the confidence I'm here for her. Not until I see the confidence I'm here for her in her eyes. That was awkwardly worded. When I do it, I doubt you'll want to fly with me. What should I say? I will no matter what. We're all in on the Hannah path, I guess, so let's go. I don't care what you have to do. She smiles weakly, clearly hesitant. She holds my hand back, but her fingers tear away from my cheek. I don't think she believed me. Whatever you do, I'll be waiting for you. And when you're done, we'll escape together. She nods, but not without slipping her hand from mine. Did we fuck up? I got an achievement. Have a date with Hannah. Yeah, I tried to have a date with Alba and it just completely failed. Hannah wipes a tear from her cheek with the back of her hand. Sighing, I turn away from her, looking at the horizon. Or maybe, does the Alba date happen, like, during the day? Oh, I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know. This is why. This is probably why my favorite VTuber doesn't like playing these games. Well, one, she says they're boring. But two, she's also a indecisive, wishy-washy little goober. And whenever she comes up to choices like this, especially if she knows they'll change the course of the game, she'll literally sit there for 20 freaking minutes and just be like, I don't know what to do. All right. Sighing, I turn away from her, looking at the horizon. A pink glow emerges in the distance, dividing the world into the sky above and the water beneath us. Who's this VTuber? It is Fuyo. There's a whole ass clip showing her playing. What was it called? Whatever that adventure card game was that everyone was playing a while back. The one with like you play the cards on the table against like the shadow guy across the table, and all you can see is his eyes. I really forget what that game is, but yeah, there was a point where she had to make a decision and she was just there for like 20 to 30 minutes being like, I don't know what to do. And everyone in the shotgun game. No, not the one where it's like you have like the shotgun and the beer and the cigarette and stuff on the table. It looks like that kind of, but you're playing cards on the table instead. And all the cards are like different animals or something like that. I can't remember what it's called though. Our moment of proximity is bittersweet. I'm starting to worry that I pushed too hard, that I was too firm. It could have been too much. Maybe she won't talk to me anymore. A movement I catch with the corner of my eye interrupts my thoughts. The girl grabs the pint of the half-drunk beer and tilts it, spilling the contents into the ocean down below. I don't know if the fish will appreciate it. I suspect the fish have dealt with worse things poured out from Sky Fortress. She clears her throat, suddenly smiling at me. Her smile is so light, not empty and half-hearted. Her eyes are still slightly swollen, hair disheveled by the wind, and yet she's trying to tidy it up. I can kind of see how visual novels aren't top-notch, but if you enjoy them, you enjoy them. Yeah, I like them. Because I like stories. Oh, I read that. She glances at me. Bedtime? Bedtime. I stand up. I extend my hand to her, not expecting she'll take it. Brandenburg usually likes to pretend she doesn't need any help, even in such little things like this one. And yet, to my surprise, she takes my hand. I help her raise from the ground, and we grab our empty pints, heading toward the exit from the hangar. A morning is approaching. I feel I won't sleep long before the morning call, but it's the last thing on my mind when I'm walking her to the quarters. We're silent on the way, but I can sense something has changed between us. When Brandenburg stands in the half-open door to her quarters, I see Aluna behind her back, sprawled on the bed. The girl blushes slightly, hesitating as if unsure she should say something. See you tomorrow? Of course. I nod at her before she closes the door, disappearing in her room. When I turn around, heading to my own, there's a big smile on my face. I see that you got inspiration of your schedule from Fuyo, is that right? Not necessarily inspiration. It was it was more just because there was a whole lot more that I'm doing this month than usual. So I, like for my own sake, I just needed to kind of map it out and be like, okay, I'm doing this at this time and on this day and then here and then that. So I'm not gonna, it's not something I'm gonna start doing regularly. It's just for this 1 month where I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, all right, I need to make things a little bit clearer, if for nobody else than just myself. My heart is pounding in my chest. I feel happy like never before. I didn't get much sleep. Not that I could complain. Yesterday was a night to remember. So this sounds like the same exact dialogue that happened after our night with Alba. So it does make me feel like if we had accumulated enough like stock with Alba, then we would have had an Alba date. And yeah, I didn't get a but then again, like I don't know. Would the date start now if it was with Alba? I don't know, man. But regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and save. I'm gonna save here. So yeah. And I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there for the night. Wow, so that's two streams. That's 2 streams in a row where we haven't had any shoot 'em up sections. Goddamn. All right, well, so that's gonna do it for me for tonight. And this is going to do it for Lassplanes for a little while, because on Saturday, we're playing Metaphor, and then next week we're gonna be playing Neva, which from what I hear, I should be able to beat in just 2 streams. So we should just do that next week. Then during the weekend, we're going to be playing the Halloween events for FGO and Nikkei. And then the week after that, leading up to Halloween, we're going to be playing Marinette. So yeah, this will be the last time we see Alba and Hannah for a while, I guess. So, and then here's the thing. After after Halloween, there's also the Sonic Shadow Generations game that I want to stream. So, yeah, it might be a while before we come back to Lost Plains, but I do want to finish it. I want to finish it, and then maybe see if we, like, potentially if I could actually get the some of the other endings, and then, you know, maybe specifically get the all in on Alba ending, and then of course the true ending, the harem ending. So but I guess that'll be happening sometime in November. So everybody wave goodbye to Alba. She's she really let us down tonight with what should have been a nice pleasant evening to be able to just, you know, hang out and chat, especially since she had been gone for so long, but apparently she really didn't care enough. Whatever, man. It's not like I care or anything. But alright, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. So I want to thank anyone that decided to stop in to check out the stream, even for just a minute or two. Always appreciate it. No stream tomorrow, but like I said, on Saturday, we're gonna be doing an extra long, like, probably like 4-hour long stream of Metaphor ReFantasio. So if you want to know when that'll be happening, go ahead and follow my socials or subscribe, and you'll know when we go live with that. But for tonight, that's going to do it for me. So with that being said, I hope you guys have yourselves a good night, a good day, a good morning, wherever it might be for you. And hopefully y'all have yourselves a good Friday tomorrow. And with any luck, I will see y'all on Saturday. So until then, stay groovy, everybody.